Hi, my name is Terry Jones. I'm with Fishing Tackle Unlimited, and I work in the rod component department here at FTU. One of the hottest things that's going in this industry right now is micro guides. I'm sure a lot of you have probably heard of micro guides, don't know much about it other than what you just hear from people. So I wanted to go over a lot of the different aspects of them and what their purpose is and what I find so useful with them. I've been building with them for about 2 years or so now. They've probably been used by custom builders for around 4 years or so in the country, and they just continue to build a huge following and are really getting pretty prevalent in a lot of different areas. The biggest issue with them is most people think that they won't cast. They see a blank that's got micro guides on it, and they just don't see any way that it can cast compared to a conventional rod that's got the larger guides on it. These are probably number 7s, and these are 3.5s. In all reality, there's no issues at all with casting with these small guides. Even 50-pound braid slides through these things with absolutely no problem. And if you think about it, the line can only touch a guide at one point anyway. If it was an issue with it, it would have to be touching at all points, which would just be too big at that point. And that's not the case. There's plenty of room in there for big braid, and there's no strength issues or anything like that. So I think once people get past those different aspects or myths about them, then they can actually start looking at the real benefits of using the smaller guides. Now, we're only talking about inshore guides, bass rods, and things like that, because their biggest benefit is weight savings. And if you're building a big jetty rod or something like that, obviously the weight of the blank and everything else just far supersedes the benefits that you would get from the smaller guides. The weight issues that I'm talking about is not the overall weight of the rod, but where their true benefit is you're not adding a lot of weight out on the end of the blank. Blank manufacturers spend a lot of time designing these rods to have harmonics to them, their action and things like that. And just like anything else, as you add more weight to it, it just really causes the blank to slow down. You lose all your crispness to the blank, the sensitivity, the recovery rate. It just really hampers it. And the more you go back in and put large guides on it, especially tall ones if you're building them on top and you're trying to keep the line off the blank, you're just continually to kill the action of the rod. And so by keeping small guides on there, you're not doing that, and you're keeping the rod crisp and sensitive and still cast really well. I think they're more accurate. A lot of people say that, come to me and say that's the benefit is that they cast farther. And I don't really try and get into that with people because it really depends on the person casting. Most people run 2 or 3 breaks out anyway, and there's just absolutely no way you'll be able to tell the difference going from one rod to another. Where the benefit is the sensitivity and the lightness of the tip and issues along those lines. Just so you can see, I've laid out some guides here. Normally I use like a number 8 for my stripper, and then these are the small tip tops, and then this is what the typical guide sizes look like on a regular rod. This is normally the number 6 that's used on the running, and then that's a little 3.5 micro. Sometimes the 3.5 may not work if you're doing a wade fishing rod, and it is kind of difficult to rethread them if you're out wade fishing and you're using braid trying to rethread it. So you can go to something a little bit larger, but you're still going to get the benefits of the micro guides. This is one that I made, and it's a wade fishing rod for the Gulf Coast here, and I've got 4.5s on it. So you're still getting a nice benefit from them. They're still going to be smaller than the larger 6s and 7s that normally go on there, but they're much easier to thread. And like I ask everybody when they say, how do you thread those small things, I always ask them, well, how do you tie your lure on if you can't get a line through that? So they're really a lot of fun. They're something that I think is going to really grab the industry, and I think you're going to see a lot of them in the future. I encourage you to go out and try them, or at least be open to it, because there's certainly a lot of benefits to be made and gained by using these things. So I appreciate your time. If you have any other questions or anything like that, I love to chat about things like this. So you can email me at Terry@Fishing Tackle Unlimited, or you can give me a call. Thank you much.